It's like for life.
Sure, yeah.
All right. Well, my name is Holly, and I was born in Texas, grew up in Brazil, and then spent 4 years in China right out of college. And then the last 4.5 years, I've been in the Rochester area. And I have to say, I love Rochester.
Woo!
It's just amazing. Like, you never know who you're going to meet, what they're doing in life, what they're thankful for. Like, it's just so much fun. And so the other day, I was in Pour Coffee Parlor, which, let me be real, it is my most favorite coffee shop. And I've been to over 15 countries, so I feel like I get to choose that. And it's my favorite. So I'm sitting there and I'm doing my schoolwork, because I'm in grad school. I'm doing my master's in Islamic studies right now. And you're focused, right, because you're in school. So you gotta be right there. But I just happened to look up at the door, okay? And as I look up, there's this guy, he's walking up, like, to the door. He catches his reflection, and he's like, oh no, can't be going in looking like this. So he's fixing his hair, you know, getting all gusted up and ready, and I'm like, who is this guy? Like, this guy's hilarious. And so he walks in, and all of a sudden, like, the whole shop is just captivated by him. Like, he's like running the show at this point, you know, and he's getting his coffee, and then I look at him and I realize that he's holding in a Wegmans bag Crest mouthwash in one hand, and then in the other hand he's got a Sam Adams, like in a little crate, like you guys have. And I was like, this guy's hysterical. And then he starts walking and sits, of course, right next to me. And I'm like, all right, this guy's sitting next to me. I don't know who he is. So he like looks over at me, and I'm like, you know, trying to type and stuff. And he's like, hey, you got a cigarette? And I'm like, do I look like I have a cigarette? You know, and he's like, I'm like, no, I don't smoke, I'm sorry. Well, you know that smoking is like the hardest thing to give up. It's just medically, like, it's so hard. And I'm like, oh yeah, I mean, you gotta have like mad accountability for stuff like that. Accountability? Who's gonna hold me accountable? And y'all, in that moment, I thought, dear gosh, I had pissed off this whole thing. Like, he is mad at me. Like, I don't know what to do. And I thought, okay, I have two choices here. I can go back and just ignore this guy, even though he is right here. I can just ignore him and focus, or I can give him the time of day and treat him like the human being that he is. So I wrote the letter, and we start talking, and like an hour goes past, and we are just becoming buddies. Like, he's sharing stories from his life. He's telling me, like, or he's giving his best impersonations of Robert De Niro and Marlon Brando. And I'm like, oh my word. Like, I'm just laughing at this point, like, Homer, who cares? Got a paper due? I don't care. Who has a paper due? I know. And so we're just talking and hanging out, and then he's like, Holly, listen, Holly. Listen, okay, so I got a question for you, but I gotta go number one first. And I'm like, oh yeah, go number one. So he comes back. I guess things went all right. And he sits down and he's like, listen, and he keeps saying my name. I love when people use my name. It's like one of my most favorite things. Like, if you use my name, you know me. Like, love it. So he's like, listen, I got nothing to lose here. I got nothing to lose. But, and I know what's about to happen. And I am scared out of my mind. Like, what am I going to tell this guy? He's like, so I'm not talking premarital sex here, but I was wondering, would you consider being my pre-girlfriend? What the hell is a pre-girlfriend? I have no idea, nor do I have the guts to ask this man what a pre-girlfriend is. And so I was like, you know, Kevin, thank you for asking me. I really appreciate it. I feel honored that you would ask me, of all the people in this coffee shop, to be your pre-girlfriend. I know that there will be no premarital sex, but, you know, I'm committed. And I didn't tell him to Jesus Christ and who he has for me, you know, and it wasn't going to be Kevin. But, so, you know, the thing is, Kevin and I, you know, we're friends now, and I have literally 24 voicemails on my phone from Kevin right now. And he's always calling, Holly, you're the best, Holly. You're the best. Man, you're effing awesome. Like, I'm so bummed that you're committed. If you weren't committed, Holly, I tell you what, I would treat you like gold, Holly. You would just be sitting there thinking, wow, I am so effing blessed. You wouldn't say effing blessed, but you would say, I'm so blessed because, man, I'm Kevin's girl. And you know, I'm probably not ever going to be Kevin's girl. Let's be real about that. But I'm so glad that I made the choice to put aside what I was doing, what I thought was important, to put aside my comfort and look this man in the eye, become friends with him, give him the time of day. And I just want to encourage us as fellow Rochesterians, as living in one of the coolest cities in the world with the most eclectic people around, that we take the time of day to look people in the eye, tell them that they're loved, hang out with them, whatever that looks like, whatever their failures are, whatever their hopes and dreams are. Because if we can do that, I promise, we're going to change lives together. That's my story.